Another very important Ayurvedic concept is the concept of daily routine and seasonal routine. What it simply means is that everything is happening in a very cyclical manner. There are different times and spans of everything, as everything is happening in the nature. We talk about sunrise to sunset. We talk about different changes of season, 6 seasons or 4 seasons. We talk about winter, spring, summer, rainy seasons. They all have different impact on the human physiology. And one of the best way to understand this is how different seasons are affecting the doshic behavior in your physiology and what steps you need to do in order to prevent any imbalances that given season might affect and have your doshas misbehave during those seasons. So we talk about daily routine, we talk about seasonal routine, and I think there's a new emerging science in medicine which is called as chronobiology, which actually talks about these rhythms of nature. It talks about the circadian rhythms, which are the rhythms of 24 hours of cycles of day and night. We talk about seasonal rhythms, which are 12-month cycle of Earth, which moves around the sun. We talk about the lunar rhythm, which is the rhythm of the moon, monthly cycle of the moon, which swirls around the Earth. We talk about the tidal rhythm, which are the gravitational influence of the moon on water itself. Because our body is almost like ocean, which also responds to the lunar rhythm as well. We talk about the celestial rhythm. In Vedic astrology, we talk about all the different planetary cycles, about the Navagraha or the 9 planet, how they affect. But there are some very specific dosha clock, what Ayurveda talks about. These are the different times of the circadian rhythms of Vata, Pitta and Kapha. From 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning is the time of Vata, which is the time of fresh awakening, rising activity, which is synergistic to the function of Vata. When we talk about 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. is the function of, or is the time of Kapha, where you are waking up in the morning. It's a slow time, but any brisk physical activity that you do is a great time to do that. From 10 to 2 is the time of Pitta. Sun is at its peak during the day, and so should be your main meal of the day can be taken around that time. 2 to 6 in the afternoon is the time of Vata. 6 to 10 in the evening is the time of Kapha. So by 10 o'clock you should be in your bed and asleep. That's the last bus which takes you to the land of sleep is by 10 o'clock. If you are way past 10 o'clock awake in the night, then you move into a Pitta time, which is 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So we need to understand these dosha times and kind of sync our day-to-day routine accordingly. So one of the simplest Ayurvedic routine which we talk about is to wake up early in the morning without alarm clock around 6 o'clock in the morning, brush our teeth, clean our tongue. That's very, very important as a part of Ayurvedic routine. The toxic tissue sludge which builds on our tongue can be cleaned with a good tongue scraper or a tongue cleaner. Doing a neti pot or doing nasya on an everyday basis is a good way to keep your senses nice and clear. Drinking a glass of lukewarm or warm water, emptying your bowels and bladder, performing physical exercises, flexibility exercises like yoga or brisk physical exercise, having meditation as a day-to-day part of your routine, performing your strength, physical exercise, oil massage on a regular basis, eating your breakfast in the morning with awareness, performing morning work and activity, and the same again following the trend that when the sun is prominent in the middle of the day, so should be your lunch as the main meal of the day. After lunch, always sit quietly for a few minutes after eating. Walk to support your digestion, just a short walk or a stroll after eating. Performing your day-to-day activity in the afternoon, whatever your work routine is. Coming back at the end of the day. Dawn and dusk, these are the two different important sattvic times of the day where you should engage into inward activities like meditation and yoga. So minimize your intense mental activity in the evening, do something light, entertaining activity, and in your bed and turn off your lights before 10:30 in the evening. When you are following the rhythms of nature, the body's inner clock also works accordingly. There are different functions that our body is carrying out at different times of the day. Whether you talk about the immune functions, whether you talk about the circadian rhythm, whether you talk about the peripheral blood flow, whether you're talking about the regulation of hormones and insulin and digestive enzymes, the creation of the red blood cells, whether you talk about the way the cortisol regulation is happening in the body, the way your lymphocytes are working, the way your serotonin and melatonin is working, all the different neurochemicals and the different types of enzymes and hormones in the body are like fountains which go up at different times, and they have to carry out their activity when you're asleep. So when you're not doing those proper rest to your body at a proper time, they all get imbalanced, and that's the beginning of the scattered physical functioning that you get, which will lead to diseases as such. So also understanding the type of exercises that you will do for your Vata, Pitta, Kapha type, the type of seasonal routine that you will follow according to your doshic rhythm.